routinely visit facilities and exercise their oversight of the system. To be clear, as many of you may know, these detention centers are ripe with terrible, abusive conditions, including inadequate medical care, inedible food, and racist abuse. Last year, a record 31 people died in ICE detention. And this year, within the first 2 weeks of the year, we'd already seen six deaths, one of which is being considered a homicide at the hands of detention guards. Detention Watch Network has members across the U.S. advocating to end immigration detention and supporting people who are cruelly held in these facilities across the country. Our Communities Not Cages campaign supports and amplifies local community organizing to end ICE detention while illuminating the dangers of the Trump administration's multi-layered detention expansion plan. If you want to join us in that fight and unite for the rights of immigrants, the Communities Not Cages campaign is a great place to start. ICE detention centers are everywhere and expanding, which means federal policy is a local issue in communities nationwide. At Detention Watch Network, we can connect you with community organizing that may already be happening in your area. We can offer toolkits and training and other resources to help you get started to keep ICE out of your communities. I will now turn it over to Ashley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we're so grateful for your leadership and the leadership of the Detention Watch Network. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I am rageful. I am inspired. I'm feeling all the feels, and I know that you are used to coming to our calls and not only getting information, training, political education, lessons from leaders that you can trust on the front lines, but you're also used to getting a call to action. Y'all are ready to be told what we're gonna do together next, right? I think you are. But before we get to it, again, I just have to show some love to the ACLU, to NDLA, the National Day Labor Organizing Network, to Detention Watch Network, to Indivisible. I know we've got some Indivisible fam on the call tonight, and to the whole of the No Kings Coalition. I also want to shout out ACT TV for making tonight's call possible. Y'all, this country and all of our neighbors in it and all of our neighbors around the world are absolutely disgusted and horrified by abuses committed using hundreds of millions of our taxpayer dollars. According to a recent survey from Data for Progress, 55% of voters think that any increased funding for immigration enforcement agencies is a bad use of taxpayer money. Again, 55% of voters.
Yep.
The New York Times polling released on Friday, meanwhile, found that 61% of people believe ICE's tactics have gone too far.
It should be
Voters
100%.
who watched yet another one of our neighbors be shot down in the middle of a Minneapolis street in broad daylight are looking to Congress to rein in ICE and hold them accountable for their actions. And senators currently hold the fate of ICE and Border Patrol funding in their very hands.
Yes, you do.
This week, the Senate is meeting to vote on 6 government funding bills ahead of the January 30th government shutdown deadline. If Congress now renews the ICE budget with no strings attached, it will become complicit in the violence, the violations of rights, and chaos ICE is fomenting every single minute of every single day. This is the moment, my friends, to call your senator and tell them to do the right thing. And you might be like, Ash, you always telling me to call my senator. But yeah, I'm telling you to call your senator. I want you to follow the link that we're posting. You can see it right below my face, I believe.
ACLU.org, stop ICE
attacks. You'll get connected directly to your senator's office if you click that link. And when you're connected, this is what I want you to do. I want you to tell them your name, let them know that you are their constituent, give them your city or your zip code, and tell them that you want them to refuse to fund the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, without real limits and accountability for ICE and CBP, ICE and Customs and Border Patrol. If no one answers, it's okay. Still call, leave a voicemail. And I also want you to sign our petition calling on Congress to end these reckless immigration raids. They're literally destroying families and communities, and oppose any bill that would further expand ICE's already massive budget. Y'all, I see you in the chat dropping other calls to action. I see you. There's so much that can be done. These are 2 concrete things that you can do tonight.
Thank
And if
you.
you've already done it, you can do it again.
Thank
and
you.
If you've already done it and twice, then you
I
can
love you.
ask a few of your friends to come and do it with you. Right? If you are focused on other actions, you can keep sharing them. I see the ICE out for good and other things in the chat. I see you. Thank you again for taking the time to join this call, not regarding it robbery, to come together across difference, to be here learning together and making a commitment to take action together tonight, to learn about your rights and be willing to do
We appreciate
your part
you.
to protect communities from the horrible, horrible harms that ICE is creating for our people. Your voice and actions matter. When we turn intimidation into momentum, y'all, we change what is possible. We make
Yes, we can.
the impossible possible.
Yes, we can.
While it can feel daunting, scary, overwhelming to speak out in the face of threats, other nonviolent movements have shown us that when we show up and we come together across our differences and we're bigger than the sum of our parts, we can keep each other safe and we can protect each other while we exercise our rights.
Thank you.
We hope the information we provided on documenting and recording law enforcement encounters is helpful as you continue to support your communities. I personally, and I think every single speaker on this call, share your outrage in this moment. Share your grief. Share your concern. And I want to commend you for your bravery in continuing to take action despite all the odds. As was just shared, Congress must also do their part to stop ICE from harming our communities and to keep us safe. Your outreach to them is essential. It is critical. It is necessary for them to do the right thing. So please take a moment to call your senators, call your members, and tell them not one single penny more for ICE brutality. We also hold another one of these calls. We're going to do it. And I ask that you don't just be the only one of your peeps that show up to the call. I'm asking that you recruit 2 neighbors to join the next Eyes on ICE training.
Eyes on ICE.
I want you to call your senator.
Call the senator.
I want you to get folks to do it with you.
Sign the petition.
I want you to sign the petition. And I want you to get 2 of your neighbors to join the next Eyes on ICE training.
Eyes on ICE
Y'all,
training.
we're going to continue to stay in touch. We're going to continue to stay connected, and we're going to continue to share information on what is happening across the country to our people.
You're the
ways
best.
that you can take meaningful action to make a change and build the kind of world that we've always deserved, where we have healthy, sustainable, and equitable communities for all of our people.
Thank you.
Again, I want to thank you one more time, and all the organizations that made this call tonight possible. For you, for not regarding it robbery, to once again show up and show out with us. To the thousands, tens of thousands of you that are on the call, we are grateful. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.